Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English, French, German, Dutch, Spanish, Arabic, Mandarin, Japanese, and Indonesian. Voice of Indonesia is broadcast by shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz and via streaming on voanews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you: Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
In the digital era as today, postal service have to get an innovation to be able to serve many people in Indonesia. And to know more about that, we have Bapak Gunawan Hutagalung, Director of Post and Broadcasting, Directorate General of Digital Ecosystem Ministry of Communication and Digital. Hello, good morning, Pa. How are you?
Good morning, Nika. Thank you for inviting me to Voice of Indonesia.
And of course, thank you for joining us on Voice of Indonesia, Pa. But the development of technology might be a challenge, of course. What kind of innovation that postal service have done to be able to serve people in this digital era?
Thank you, Nika. Before answering your question, and of course, to continue our brief discussion about postal sector, I would like to explain to you about our industry framework on postal sector.
Yes, please.
Currently, we have three types of operation in postal sectors. The first one is postal services. The second one is courier services. And the third is logistic services. For postal services, as you may know that it is under the Universal Postal Union regulation. So every country or every member country of postal of UPU, Universal Postal Union, should designate operators to be a member of their global postal networks. So Indonesia has designated Post Indonesia to be a member of global postal network under UPU. So for postal services, right now we just only have one operator, that is Post Indonesia. But for the courier services, for delivering of parcel and packets, we have more than 740 operators. So their responsibility is delivering of parcel and packets, and majority of the parcel and packet is from e-commerce. So this type of operation is very crucial for our economy, especially digital e-commerce. And then the third one is logistic. Logistic is about involved in management of supply chain of the product. So I make a brief explanation of our framework and structure of our postal sector. On regard to the Post Indonesia has adopted technology well, I think, until now, and they also has adopted the technology into key areas of the postal sector, postal operation, covering both for the product innovation and process improvement. For product innovation, Post Indonesia has implemented a digital platform. Right now, they has a super apps, PostPay, and for the process improvement in delivering of the postal post items, they also has implemented many technology such as RFID, such as robotic sorter, and also using GPS, and they are planning to they are also right now initiating to adopt it drone technology with their partners with their global partners.
So we would say the technology is being used very, very well. And Post Indonesia, just like you mentioned, digital application, RFID, robots exporter, and even it's working on drone technology. That's amazing. So, but do you think this innovation that you just mentioned, all of this, can help people in remote area?
Absolutely, yeah. Because because through this digital platform, super apps, postpay, people in remote area can use this platform to make cash to account services. For example, cash account to services used in many various needs in remote area. For example, they want to send cash through this application to the account of their relatives in the city. For example, son and doctor of them in who study in cities. They will they will they will have this facility with a good uh, transfer and good service for them. And also in delivering product, I think with these super apps, postpay that has implemented by Post Indonesia, also they will have necessary information how to send the product from the remote area to the cities. So I think absolute this digital. Hello, Nika.
Hello, but
Is it clear my voice?
it's
Hello, is it clear my
breaking.
voice?
The last sentences, you are breaking up, sir. You're breaking up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will try to repeat it again. For delivering product, the super apps also provide necessary information about how they will send their product out of the remote area. So uh, 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 this application, the digital platform will at the remote area.
So, because of this innovation and also technology that is being implemented in the three services that you mentioned, it become accessible to the people, not only the people from the city. Hello, Pak Gunawan, can you hear me?
Of course. Hello? Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Of course, this is becoming accessible to all of the Indonesian people, not only on the city, but also in the remote areas. That is very good to hear about.
Of course. Because Post Indonesia also uh, as provider of postal universal as a function as a postal universal services. So of course not only for the cities but also all the area covering Indonesia.
So all of Indonesian people can get the most out of the service equally. That's very, very good to hear. And of course, that would...
Should be.
Yes, should be, and hopefully. So, but of course, in implementing this kind of innovations, there are challenges. Please tell us, Voice of Indonesia, what is the hardest challenge that Postal Service have beside technology development?
Yeah, the adoption technology being constrained by the Post Indonesia investment capacity. That is the most challenging. Yeah, but they also are facing challenges in three key areas: human resource, the technical standardization, and also the fair competition in the market. Because as you may know, even we only have one postal service provider, but there is a there is a interconnection. There is also market interconnection between postal and courier services. So I think the beside of the investment constraint, they are facing three key areas as a challenge, as a challenging in the implementation or in the adoption of technology. But in June 2025 this year, government issued carry out a regulation measures to encourage all players, including courier and logistic in our sector, to collaborate, to consolidate, and also to increase to using technology to increase their efficiency and effectiveness, because this all is a fundamental aspect how to improve the ecosystem of the postal sector. On 6 months from June to now, we have been implementing this regulation. We have so many action have been done, but hopefully 1 year after from now, in the end of the next year, we will have a consolidated industry. I think we will have collaboration of all these operators, not by themselves. As I mentioned to you, we have 740 players on courier system. It's very scarce in all our countries. Yeah, but we hope they will consolidate it, and then we will hope interconnected courier system only around 20 or 25 interconnected courier system in the next year.
Okay, so Pak Gunawan, you mentioned about RFID. It's the radio frequency identification. It is a part of PT Pos Indonesia's effort to automate the process of sorting shipments and thereby become competitive in the postal delivery sector. And of course, because we are serving a radio services, I am very much keen and curious to know, how is this applied, a radio frequency identification? How does it work? Where I cannot see the correlation between radio and shipping and postal services systems. So I would really like for you to kind of explain further how does this works and how RFID is helping. Yes. How
Mika is totally different with the radio services that we have now.
Yeah.
The RFID in this system is just to scan
I'm sorry, sir. You are breaking up.
And trace the product. Oh, Mika, are you hear me? Do you hear me?
Yes. I believe that Pak Gunawan is breaking up now. So just to be clear, since I heard a bit of the explanation from Pak Gunawan, he is clearing up the fact that it's not the same as radio signals and just radio services in general. It's just being used for identification. So, VR listeners, you guys are commoners and we only know the general basic knowledge from this. So we would have, and of course, I, as a commoner that doesn't know a lot about this, would really like to know about how is it doing a radio kind of identifying process from the expert himself, which is we have Pak Gunawan here. So Pak Gunawan is explaining for us, the commoners who doesn't really understand. So we have a great chance to understand it now. So yes, Pak Gunawan, you may continue now.
Yeah, it's totally different, Nika, because radio services is voice services, yeah, and also under my monitoring, uh, and under my responsibility to uh, radio services. But RFID is a system to scan the product, postal items during the process of the delivering. Yeah. So when system use the radio to scan the barcode on the product, the cover of the product, it will be know where is the product and how should be product proceed, for example, and then this will reduce the time of the process, improvement the process of the delivering of the postal items.
So it's completely different from Voice of Indonesia services, yeah, Pa?
It's totally different with the radio services. Yeah. Radio services is about the communication, yeah, about the information. But this is about the
Yes.
process of delivering, how to know the product, how to track and trace the product, how to use, how to sort the product in the sorting facilitation. It's
Glad.
totally different.
Okay, so now that it's clear that it's different, thank you so much for the explanation, sir. And you mentioned
You're
about.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. You mentioned about now Post Indonesia is working on a drone technology. So do you think it will be possible one day that postal service use drones to deliver it? Because if it's possible, it's really cool. And if you think that it's possible, how could and why?
Yeah, of course. We we are not talking about the possibility anymore, Nick. Yeah, we have been talking. We have been this. We have been talking. We have been talking about the preparation since 3 or 3 years ago.
Wow, okay.
So not the possibility anymore, but preparation. Preparation of the implementation of the drone. That is why we are seeking. We are. We have been discussing this preparation with our global partners by using G2G platform, especially with the China Post and Japan Post. So we need their assistance to implement this drone technology because they have been implemented this technology, I think, since 2 or 3 years ago, especially for the remote area, how to access the uncover area of delivering, for example. But again, we are seeking the best model of implementation of this drone technology because it's not only about the how to operate the technology itself, but it's also how the investment model of this technology will be taken by Post Indonesia and their partners. So we are still under discussion, but hopefully we will get to the result of our goals to make a pilot project in certain areas of the remote areas. Also, we will try to make a pilot project for the high-risk building because they don't also use for the high-risk building to deliver the upper layers of the high-risk building, the packet to the upper layer of the high-risk building. But it's very complex, Nika, because it's not only about the technical operation, but it's also about the regulation of the airspace because they're using airspace, right? But this is not our part. Yeah, this part of the other ministry. Yeah, especially for Ministry of Transportation because when we are using airspace, it's related to the air transportation. So we always coordinate with them. What is the best regulation for using drone technology for delivering for the remote area, especially for the isolated area, for the uncovered area.
Wow, that is indeed very, very cool knowing that it's not only, we're not talking about possibility, but it is on the preparation step.
Oh, indeed,
So
indeed.
it's only a matter of time that we are implementing it, just like you mentioned, because it's very, very complex. So we are still preparing. Wow, that's very, very cool, sir. And lastly, the last question I have for you is, after serving for more than 200 years, what is your hope for postal service in the future?
Yeah, this is a very, very important question for me as a government official. Nika, postal services in the world right now already more than 278 years. It's a long time since these services has been used by people. But right now we have a different view to these sectors, especially to these services. These services not only about making access, creating opportunity, creating inclusion, in particularly for financial inclusion. But this service is a pillars, is a pillars for the engine of growth, especially the economy. Just like already set up by our president, we should reach 8% of economic growth. So this type of services, type of operations has a strong contribution to our economy. That is our goals there. That is our vision for this sector, Nike.
And that sums up the session of VOI Talk this morning. Thank you so much, Pak Gunawan, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Nike, for inviting me to VOI Indonesia.
Yes, we are glad to have you here, sir, with us on Voice of Indonesia. We surely hope that the postal service will bring many other innovation in the future, and all the preparation that has been working on can be implemented in the future. So I'm Unica. Thank you so much for watching on Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia, the overseas service of Radio Republic Indonesia, broadcast in 9 language services: English,